chooses HBETF off the bat. Most likely expecting a fast advance build out of this, as that has been the name of the game for many of the decks today. However, HB, a very versatile corporation. You can see lots of different faces coming out of it. And then Kate, once again, we saw Kate earlier today being able to scoop up a win with Ben earlier. Not playing the clot that we did expect, but he still was able to pull through in the fast advance matchup. And we do have another Kate, so we can see something very different out of this one, or more of the same tricksy toolbox that we see out of Kate. And it looks like we're getting a mulligan here as the players are getting their hands set up and ready to go.
Yeah, so we're gonna look at it. Looks like a pretty solid start for over here on the corp. We got a hedge fund, we got 2 pieces of ice, and Caprice even to kind of get that up and going. So Kate's got going into the mulligan. It's a decent hand. I mean, does have the console, does have dirty laundry, so has a few pieces here and there. So it's not too bad, not as bad as some of the hands we've seen before.
And it looks like my comment earlier might be wrong. We have, like he said, the Caprice Nisei in the hand, showing plenty of the influence. Not that that's needed for an HP fast advance at all, but we do see a wonderful smattering of ice. And Eli going down first, and it looks like that's going to go over R&D, and then IQ go over HQ.
So pretty. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, a pretty standard start we're looking at here. Just a hard ETR onto HQ. R&D, another piece over there. Something that'll take a few clicks to get through, so something guaranteed to tax. So we got the runner over here drawing twice, installing the Astro to get it started off with, and we're wondering what the last click's going to be here.
And Dean, when you see something like Mother Goddess, do you think that that's going to allude to having that Grail Suite, or do you think that we're just playing it for its just natural strength?
You know what? Not even just the Grail Suite. I think this is Mother Goddess usually leans more so to the next ice. So if you're linking at like the next bronze, next silver.
That's what I meant. I don't know why I said definitely the next.
No worries. Yeah, I think definitely there's going to be a touch into this, and it makes sense, right? With a lot of tax and power.
Yeah, it's quick and it's powerful. You see a second IQ drop.
So this is pretty cool. So, unless we have an AI breaker coming out here, an admin, he's not going to be able to break into the server if he chooses not to res any of the ice on the centrals. Yeah,
this is definitely one of the greatest strengths of the Mother Goddess. As a matter of fact, I ran into this very situation at our top 8 in the store champs that I just played at, where Mother Goddess just literally hosed me because I could not get around her, and it was very frustrating.
So it looks like we're going to get a score here on the ABT, and we're going to see if Tomas is brave enough to run the ABT. See what happens here.
And he says...
Oh, nope, chooses not to. No. So he's going to keep it safe. Okay. So
I really approve of the aggressive play. I mean, against Kate, getting in there, you're being really, really annoying effectively with such a aggressive play, and you're either forcing her to crack open her suite, trying to spend money as she makes it, or she can just set up and concede 2 points to you.
So the runner's going to run into the hand here, and he's going to see an IQ, and before we do that, sets up the Mimic. So it makes sense. Scared of running an Architect here. And we're not going to see too much in the hand, so content not to res it, just to make sure maybe later on we can res the Mother Goddess and once again guarantee another score. And we got a Pro Contacts, which is kind of unorthodox, usually for prepaid cape builds, but I've seen some of it run this. What are your thoughts on prepaid with professional contacts?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like an interesting investment, right? We're already spending time and effort going into those the pieces of hardware that you're playing for the prepaid. Proco, if you get it online early, it's going to do work for you the entire game. You're going to be spending like almost 100% of the time you spend event money, you're going to be using all of the prepaid voice pad credits. So it's not something that can last out an entire turn if you do need to recoup from either losing cards or playing a lot of cards. So it still is efficient. Now, whether or not that's worth the hit of 5 right off the bat, I'm not sure, but he sure seems to think so, and clearly he's made a name for himself doing so.
So looks like we got the Adonis onto the remote and another piece of ice. So we got the IQ onto Archives. Gonna get the Zoo.
He's not gonna be happy when he sees this Mother Goddess.
Nope. Mother Goddess, because it's a mythic and it gains the subtypes of all other res dice, there's no other res dice right now, it's gonna force him not to be able to get in here. So that remote is completely safe for the time being, unless we see an Atman 4 come out, which has been very popular nowadays. If maybe even seeing it around. Admin 4 solves a lot of issues such as like Changeling, Eli, Mother Goddess, Lotus Field. So definitely, we're gonna see if this Kate has sided that into the deck.
Yeah, I think Admin's an absolutely fantastic move. You know, Admin on 4, very strong. It's even taking care of this Mother Goddess as well as able to sweep into things like Eli or even this IQ if he happens to have 4 cards in his hand at the time. So that's probably what he was looking for right there in a self-modifying code, but he's certainly digging deep.
Just gonna check this. We're gonna see a pad campaign. And take a little bit of debate about this. I don't feel like I would trash this, but I guess maybe with the Proco engine.
A lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm just wondering, typically people who lean on Proco, they might lean also to going a little bit hardware heavy too. So they might be doing RDIs rather than just going the typical Maker's Eye.
Yep. And just using the prepaid to facilitate your event money.
Yeah.
But he's really not getting a lot out of that prepaid. Has he even used it once? I don't think so.
He has used it for the Lucky Find so far.
Oh, the Lucky Find. Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed the Lucky Find part. That is where he got all the money. I do really enjoy the aggressive nature of this HB deck. It's not necessarily a Glacier in the sense that it's very massive, but he's playing a lot of ice, and he's really taking advantage of that fantastic dollar he's getting each turn from ETF.
Oh, okay.
Where's that admin?
So we're gonna have to let the players kind of sort it out here.
Yes.
Take the card back. Oh, I know what it is. Put the new card back in the deck and shuffle it. So the biggest benefit that we have here is that, you know, being as casters and spectators, we can actually know what cards we're drawn. So we can actually help eliminate these scenarios where like can be kind of awkward and odd. So I'm glad we're able to kind of at least monitor this and help the players as much as we can.
Absolutely. And it seems like compared to our last Kate compatriot, our last Kate player, he's got a lot more definition of what he wants to do, and he's aggressively pursuing it. Proco definitely moving him through his deck a lot more. This is going to really open him up and be able to become aggressive, where clearly this HB player is wanting to play out his entire hand as much as he can. He's getting cards out and he's playing them. He's obviously drawing to suit, and he wants to keep it kind of high for the sake of his IQs, but so it looks like we had fixed the problem here. A little shuffle from the mink.
Yep. So that's good. So we got another draw here. Ooh, Maker's Eye. So, but he has to check that R&D upgrade in the root first, because if that's a Christian, that's going to just fall out, stuff it.
It is, and also I mean it could stuff it too if it's many cards. You know, they both have a pretty decent amount of credits, but obviously playing down when you do play. If it ends up being an Ash, you know, the trace could be high, even with the link. It could be just a frustrating pickup. I mean, there's not too many fantastic things that you want to see in an R&D root coming from an HB player. At least that's popular nowadays.
So
just going root heavy, missing the cards he's getting out there. He is sitting on an agenda in his hand, another ABT.
So Astrolabe's going to get him a draw there. He's going to get a sure gamble, which is pretty nice. He can set up a prepaid. Oh, it's not going to even set up the prepaid.
You enjoy the quick nature of these two guys. They not only are seasoned players, but clearly seasoned Octagon users, being able to really take advantage of the functions of Octagon.
You know, the one thing I can definitely give credit to players like this, where, you know, they not only are they great players, you know, outside when you play them in person, because I've seen them, you know, definitely great attitudes, but also, you know, taking the time to really understand the interface to make it so it's an enjoyable experience, not only for themselves, but for the other player that they're playing with. So it's definitely helping everyone here. Okay, so looks like we're going to have it install onto this. Ooh, install advance.
And interesting, he's just looking to set up something else. He probably wants to slot that even there at the moment, or just give himself options. He doesn't feel like he needs to gain money because he has a ton of it. He doesn't feel like he needs to play ice because he's not truly getting pressured.
There we go. So we got the admin 4.
And it's expensive. He's going down to 5 credits. He's gonna only spend 1, but get a Caprice res first, much less the Ash. So this is quite a super server.
Yeah, this is a pretty strong server for going even just rezzing on the other servers.
Oh,
just
and he gets the 2 for 2.
Wow, good guess. But the Ash is going to lock him out, and he's not going to be even trashy Ash, which is really unfortunate.
That is rough, yes.
This is really rough. So the 2 call was really good. Definitely math. You know what? And he mathed it out in just that quick instance for himself, too. That wasn't even just this, you sat there, kind of mulled it over 30 seconds. He knew what he wanted to do there. So Alex is not going to be able to contest into this remote for this turn anymore, so he's going to have to look at alternatives here.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I want to see. He's probably going to Croco up a little bit, get rid of some cards. And I really like one thing, too, that this Cape player is doing. He's just drawing cards. A lot of people are very attached to their cards. He is clearly, he knows what he wants. He goes and he gets it. He keeps the cards he needs. He gets rid of the cards he doesn't at the time. As a shaper, you can always go back.
Yeah.
So you see with click 1, easily scoring a test.
But runs ABT, but gets nothing off this.
Nothing. Wow.
That's unfortunate.
It certainly is.
So I'm gonna refrain from looking inside there, just so.
We'll keep it exciting. I'll join you.
Keep it excited. It's always so tempting to look at it. All right, so this is cool.
He gets nothing. So while it was bad, and obviously you lose some cards, all he did end up seeing was a Jackson, does it go backwards like that? Was it Chrysium and Adonis? Or sorry,
no, it was Jackson, Adonis, Cyberdex.
Yeah. Okay, so it does go backwards.
Yeah.
I thought it was, but I could have sworn when I first flashed the Cyberdex, I thought it was a Chrysium. But very those neutrals and whaling cards are pretty similar color, especially for someone colorblind. So. And look, he's going right back to that server.
Yeah, that server's pretty strong. It's pretty good, and the pack campaign's even leaking in some money for him too. So he's got a bit of clickless economy.
God, the Ash Caprice combo there, it just showing his real strength. Not only did he lose the side game, but the Ash prevents everything from being trashed inside of it, and without being able to get rid of Ash. Just it's a blowout at this point.
We saw this earlier with Timmy Wong when he was unable to get in the server and trash everything, and that afforded up the scoring opportunities consistently. And we're seeing the same mirrors happening here again. So it's a little unfortunate, but we're going to see a Maker's Eye here. And we're going to wonder if we're going to touch a bunch of cards here. Which are, we're going to liberate the NAPD.
Okay. It could be worse. You're keeping your opponent pretty low in credits here.
Yeah. So.
Not that he doesn't have access to gain them, specifically drawing while gaining and then having to prepaid to make his event gains better, but...
Yeah, here we're going to score another 2 points. This is...
I really like this deck.
This is doing really well. Not even... Just disrespecting the opponent, saying, you know what, you can have your way R&D HQ. I'm just content to keep it like this. Just keep the one ice.
I mean, Mother Goddess, I mean, at least it forces... I mean, I don't know if he has any kind of trashing or anything like that, but it forces the admin to stay out. And, you know, rezzing some other cards, depending on how many cards in his hand. At this time, obviously, he does have 5, and it does make it so it's possible to get over.
Let's see the Chrysium here, so not going to be able to engage in legwork, so we're going to leave it here because the money is way too tight for vinegarymink.
Yeah, wow, he's down. And
yeah.
He's probably going to see the install. And,
yeah, we're definitely going to see install credit here. Yeah.
There it is. He says you're on a clock, son.
Yeah.
And there's actually no physical way to obtain this at this time.
No, that server is unfortunate. Oh, we're
Lucky
going to
Find
try
does
it.
pop him back up in credits. The toll booth is not what you want to see.
No.
It is breakable, but it is quite expensive. Costing $8, I believe, for a zoo.
That's $8 altogether, and then 1 for the Mother Goddess.
So 9, then you subtract another 2, and you realize that you can't access anything in the server.
Yeah, this is just gonna end ETR here, and we're just gonna be game 1. Wow. So Tamaz not disappointing us at representing the kind of talent that we see at top 16 worlds and Polish nationals.
And I want to say too, like, I like his mix of cards that he's used. He's really taking advantage of these upgrades that are just absolutely bonkers. You can see in pulling the Chrysium and the Caprice out, and using the neutral cards in HB, or the neutral cards and HB cards, clearly a toll booth as well, to really fuel his aggressive play style and just get the cards out. And using that ETF passive every single turn almost, and really make use of it. To a T. Well done.
Well done overall. So we're gonna see game 2 here. So, and this gives us a bunch of time here. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the downtime. Maybe I actually get to get a break, get a drink. It's amazing.
It's fantastic. But we do have another game, and clearly, and you know, kudos to the Cape player as well. He was doing a very good job of staying aggressive. It didn't work out, and that early score plus that deadly situation that he had put down, it just was very brutal. We do want to go ahead and do a Broken Egg Games raffle at the end of this game. So if you guys are watching the stream, we will be doing one at the end of this game before we take our next break. We'll be giving away over $200 in Broken Egg Game stuff for the rest of the day. So do check that out. Stay tuned, and we will be having another raffle here at the end of this game. So very excited for that. We appreciate them and all of our sponsors. And we have some really snazzy playmats that we got from Playmats as well to give out to our, I believe, our entire top 8. So very exciting to see that.
Oh, well, going a little bit too fast here. Okay, so hold on. Sure hands. These guys, I love them, but
they're quick.
They're good. They're off to the draw.
I don't even know if I'm able to play ice fast enough to be able to emulate what you just did.
Yeah, well, you know what? It looks like Tomas is playing his notorious CT deck from Worlds. So he's definitely way familiar as to what he's doing here. He has a stim hack already in hand. Jesus, Murphy. So he'll be able to get out what he wants.
Yep.
So, wow, okay, I gotta try to keep up with these guys. These guys are amazingly fast. So we're gonna see a quality time here. There's another stim hack and another personal workshop.
Post the Deus Ex in the workshop as well. That's going to be completing his 9 if he wishes to use it. He's probably looking to do so soon. He needs an Opus as soon as possible to be able to fuel forward. So definitely different looks. If you're not familiar, it is the classic. I mean, he's probably one of the innovators of the stim shop. Really bringing it to light, and as Dean mentioned, he was playing in a Worlds, and now we've got what appears to be what most likely is a fast advanced deck out of our HP player, showing the DBS as well. Man, that's just good. That's just good stuff for HB, but it definitely is going to open up a stim hack opportunity for Tomas to run into that daily business show and take advantage of it, and maybe even get rid of it. You know, when you have a 4 trash card, it's usually very frustrating for your opponent to trash if he's not Wizard, but stim hack, another fantastic way to be able to do that. And we see it right there.
See, we're just going to see a stim hack here.
See if he chooses to keep the daily business show or rip more cards off. I think that at the time, you can just let those cards trickle down. Yeah. He's going to trash it. I like that. Yeah. I like that move.
It's pretty good. I like it. So using all the stim hack monies correctly. So what do we hit? Stim hack triggers or trash stim hack? Is that what just happened? Oh no, never mind. He hit out.
Yeah, the damage was a diesel.
Diesel, never mind. Alright, so just while we're waiting for these players to kind of just go back and forth. From what I'm reading so far in the chat, looks like Alex is a well-known UK player right now who's tearing up the Store Champion scene. So this is looking to be a pretty good matchup, and there's a reason why both these guys are at the top 4 in the StimHack Store Champion Invitational.
Yeah, and not only that, while we've been talking about what Tomas has been creating here, we have an HP player with 16 credits, and if it's fast advance, which now that we see a Bioc label, we know it is, we can get a lot of damage coming out of the deck. Very fast. You don't need a lot to get rolling.
Okay, so it looks like we're opting not to shotgun out the Biotic, but we're looking to test his metal with the NAPD.
I don't hate it. He has to gain, and who knows what is going to be available. Although most of the cards
Also, can't shotgun it out. Sorry, I missed out. He installed the
clot
clot on yes.
The workshop.
So FA is not an option anymore.
He's got that beautiful 9 to back it up, so it never has to trickle off until that 9 goes away. Oh, this is a card that he doesn't love to see. Not many options that he can't get through. This one has almost stumped him, unless I'm mistaken. There's something in his trash that he can use this clone chip for.
Yeah, this is not the ice you want to see. This is actually definitely ice that's going to give him a bit of a road bump here to get in. It's going to be a bit costly, and especially if he suspects that this is an APD. So, a decision has to be made here.
There's nothing he can afford, in my opinion. You just let this go. It's just an APD. It's going to cost you an additional 4. Move on. Force him to spend some more money, possibly. But he does have 13 credits.
You know, I love to see like these varying kind of plays, and you know, the one thing I enjoyed watching Tomas at Top Worlds was that you know, just his lack of no care to brain damage. And I know a lot of North American players are very concerned about even just hitting the first brain damage. They're always worried about the one less hand size. And
rejected. Login rejected.
Okay, so Tomas opts to just get a bunch of money rolling off on the personal workshop and takes the brain. So he's gonna let it slide. Which is pretty wise, because from our point of view, it looks like he wouldn't be able to get in there.
Yeah. Well, no, he could have ripped the whole. He could have ripped off the fem and then, right? Because he did stim hack. But it just wasn't worth it. That's what he's kind of saying. Oh, it says he's triggering 2 damage.
That's fine.
It does appear that it is so.
Oh, that's weird. Well, alright, so we're going to score out the first NPD here. And wow, we see a Caprice drawn off on this HP, so
this is really a saving grace against the clock. In a way, I mean, it very well could be, right?
Yeah. Fast turn for Tomas, just killing that Opus and hosting more stuff on Personal Workshop.
He is just power drawing up.
Alright, so that's good. Sets the install into R&D.
Yep.
Making sure it's a little bit more taxing to get on the way in.
Alright, so now he's opened the book, so to speak, with the self-modifying code and what he currently has on the workshop.
So blue level clearance is going to drop a hedge fund and a Retrievers. And we're just going to sit up into this remote.
Wow, and he's opting to keep all of these, even though he knows that it's not too hard to get through into his HQ. He's just hoping that all of the movement he has all around, putting additional ISOs R&D and installing things into remotes is going to force his opponent to not check the hand.
Tomas opts to install the Astrolabe, so wants to get those extra card draws in case there's more remotes. Oh, looks like he's getting a card draw out of this. Wow.
Yeah, wow, indeed. So while he has a couple of agendas here in his hand, did he just cold? Is that an agenda, the face down?
You know what? Could very well be. Wow. Let's take a look and see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let it exist. And
wow, it is an agenda. Jeez.
Sneaky,
I love it. I absolutely love it. He's gonna run the ABT here. He does have a grip
he has
for
a Jackson Live.
Yeah.
He gets
an Enigma. Right onto R&D. That's pure Shaper hate right there. Oh, there we go.
He says, you know what? We're going to see what's in there one way or another. Pulls
The
out
Gordian.
the Gordian Blade.
I wonder if selverin has the alt art.
Oh yeah, the alt art for online.
Yeah. Alright, what do we got here? Another pop-up? Okay, sure.
He's making money.
Alright, so this is where we're going to spend a bit of money on this one. So... Oh, it's going to click through. I see values the 4 credits instead.
It's you know what? It's 2 clicks either way, right?
That's 2 clicks either way. Yep, for Opus. All right. No, wow. Total whiff.
Little whiff.
That's unfortunate.
And he doesn't end up running. I personally have not looked at what is in the side over there, but
I believe one of them is a
Jackson's
Caprice.
live.
Oh, sorry, in the archives, yes.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta go check this card now.
Ooh, sees a quality time. Gonna host up RDI.
He's like, do I go check this card? He does.
Yeah, I guess after the first agenda doing that. Oh, yep, there was another agenda. Jeez, look at that.
Maybe cheeky, not working out this time.
I love it. I love the Brave plays. This reminds me back to post-creation control when you had to play Wayland. You just had to do some really silly, stupid Brave stuff, like install advance naked.
Yep, and you're like, what could it be?
What could it be? Alright, so alright, this time we're gonna install, but we're gonna fortify it. So I wonder if Tomas is gonna
I do believe it's just an Adonis this time though, but he's gonna try to bait that out. Tomas has pretty much everything he wants in the world. He's got a test run in his hand too, and a quality time. So
it's so aggressive. I love it. Like this deck, it's he sees a legwork on this one, so this might even be worth just slapping down SMC legwork. I'm gonna have to pitch something here. I have to pitch 4 cards, but
he's trying to lock him out. Not a terrible play. Even though you are fueling his money, but with the clot on board, it is going to be tough to do here.
Oh, gonna bring out
the Eli.
I like it.
$2 savings. He's gonna have to do it 5 times to make it worth his while, but he's gonna be accessing 3 cards in effective Maker's Eye every single run. And that is how you score agendas, folks. 3 out of the bin, 3 out of the R&D, as it were. And he's on game point. Game agenda. Keeps 2 legworks and a quality time. Once again, quality time, very easy for him to go find out what he needs. And unfortunately, he was not brave enough to do it a 3rd time. It's only Adonis, so he's still down 1 point.
Jeez, so the game just turned off just that 1 RDI access.
Yeah, he does need to play this out, and he is going to. Can he get in there? We do believe it is still like Caprice, right?
Still the Caprice in there. So it's going to force Tomas to take out the Deuce X. It's because he doesn't want to bring in the clot. He wants to... Oh, wait. Whoa, what's going on? Fix it.
I'll double check it just to make sure.
Yep. Yep, he wanted the Caprice. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was a jack-tip, so it didn't really work.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, that works out.
Yep. So here we go. We have, while not the game for our Hospitaloid opponent, but Chaos Theory is going to attempt to try to get in here most likely, or just continue her tirade on. Oh, probably just a tirade on R&D.
That's crazy. 3 legworks? Holy God.
Yeah, but he also has 3 R&D interface now.
I know. This is... He's down to his last 6 cards, so I guess you don't even care about Diesel at this point.
Nope.
Wow, he's just going to keep the Maker's Eyes. He just values more the crazy access he's going to burst right through. And which, hey, with the right decision too. I mean, he just needs to burst up money here, and then make that final run, and it's just gonna be pure money.
Well, he's gonna access every card, right? And then he puts a card. Oh Lord.
I think that was Ash, was it? Or
I don't think it's gonna matter. It's kind of crazy. That is a humongous play coming out of HB. He's not gonna make her Zion. Just
Now,
gonna-
I think he values being able to trash whatever that card is, so to make sure that he then, if it's a Chrysium, it'll stuff him. So he wants to make sure it's not a Chrysium, so he'd be able to then Maker's Eye. Which
Sure.
I
And also,
totally
if it's an
respect.
Ash, he's just gonna let it probably fire and trash it, and then go in with the Makers.
Yeah.
Oh, but he did take him down to 0. Took himself down to 0.
Yeah, see, so.
He's got to pump it up.
This is amazing jousting. I'm really enjoying this. This is a really good play.
This is a fun game. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a change of pace from the last 2 games. I love the professionalism of the players, and it's definitely a nail biter here as well.
Yeah, and listen, not to knock anything against Ben and
Of
the
course,
rest of the players.
no. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Wasn't them as it's just the way the game played out. So we had some unfortunate games with some flood. We had some unfortunate games where it just went long and it wasn't able to.
Yeah.
Really, definitely not a knock at the players. We all are prone to doing something wrong, and also the decks sometimes they just unfold in a very
slow manner.
As this is.
Yeah. So I apologize to viewers who felt that that's not our intended goal whatsoever. So, but either way, going back to this, we're gonna have a Jackson shuffle. Oh, and it looks like we're gonna draw into Retrievers, which is what he needs. So here we go. This is either side makes the play, and one side's gonna win off this turn. So he's gonna feint the NAPD, which is good. I love that. I love the advanced ones just to kind of feint it out.
Yeah. And that's a caprice. So no matter how many dollars you have, we know for a fact that there are agendas in the deck.
Mm-hmm. So here, I think you just Maker's Eye here. I mean,
Yeah.
well, you credit twice. Magnum Opus 3 times.
Never an Archives first, which I think also wins. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
I could be wrong. Maybe I was wrong. No. Okay. I thought that he. Oh, that was the AVT. We never checked it. Remember?
There was an agenda, but he just shuffled it with the Jackson.
Oh.
Remember?
Okay.
Yeah, he just Jackson, and then he drew the Perturbers.
Okay.
All right. So the Maker's Eye here. I mean, getting into there.
Grip. Yep.
Yeah. So that's this server is gonna cost.
He goes. Gotta be game.
It's gotta be game.
He is just $2 off.
Is he $2 off?
Well, no, I'm saying if it were to be like if he were able to make him spend $2 more or $3 more, I suppose, he would not be able to access a you're on 4 after successful. Is what he says.
Jeez.
$1 off if it's just NAPDs.
Uh-huh.
Which we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, there's a beta test somewhere as well. Interesting commentary
7.
between them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? It's $5. Hold on.
Base 2 remaining, bank is 7. Oh, you're right. It says she should be at 2.
Yeah. So it's 7 minus 5.
2.
Well, no, 5. Like he's on 2.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, he's gonna just bring the RDI because he knows. Yeah, that makes sense because
Yeah,
you
'cause he
can't
gets
steal the
every card.
NAPD. Yeah. Can't steal the NAPD anyways. So what is this gonna look like? This is a big access. Oh, 6 cards.
There should be an EVT or something. Not EVT, sorry.
Oh, not enough. Just the 1
Whoa.
point. Unfortunate. Oh god. Let's see the access. So there was an NAPD access there, and that was the unfortunate part there. It was even the 4th card, so.
Oh, I see. No, he has 15 cards in his deck. I guess when we looked earlier, we were looking at the runner deck, and there it is. Wow, what an awesome aggressive game coming out of these two. I mean, there's like no cards in either player's deck, and we are deep through, and a total of 8 agendas scored. Whew. Caprice was, at the end of the day, I think I agree with the play to go with the 6. You can't be in everyone's shoes. You can't have all the information, but as you see, that was not necessarily the easiest thing to get through.
Yeah, you know what? I think both players played really respectably well, and they made really good decisions. I couldn't see a decision there where it was poor, or I think after even just 5 rounds of Swiss now on the 6th round, they're still maintaining their mental agility. So I'm really impressed.